We're going to get started in just a minute. Excited to have you guys on.
This is a good idea.
I'm just going to grab a coffee and then I'll be ready to go.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you guys for popping onto this virtual mastermind. So I just want to share with you kind of what I'm hoping to get from this, see if that's sort of in line what y'all are hoping to get from this. What this is not is a training necessarily on like iMovie, or how to use some of this stuff. So what I'd love to kind of mastermind around is things that you've seen other agents do that you think are cool. Things that you have done that you have had experience with working. Things that you've also seen that maybe you think are a little tacky that we should maybe avoid or that haven't been successful. That maybe rubbed you the wrong way if you were looking at another agent or just haven't been successful for you if you've done it. And I also think that it's important to recognize that other industries might be doing this at a, and how can we like translate that into real estate, I mean, there's tons of other companies that do video all the time on social media. So I want to talk about kind of what you guys see as being successful and how can we like translate that into real estate. So I'll go ahead and just start with a couple of things that of course I'm seeing. And I think that everybody should unmute themselves unless you have a dog or something, or something loud. I would love for just everybody to chat. So in general, obviously we've already seen like virtual open houses. I always do a Facebook Live at every single open house I've ever done. People love it. I always do it on my business page. And I usually write on my personal page, hey, I'm going to be going live later on today on my business page. And then it's like a way to promote my business page. So and then what I do, so I go live on my business page, and then usually I'll share it to my personal page and just be like, this is a cute one, or something like very casual, because I don't want to be very businessy on my personal page. I want to be, high personality on my personal page. So that's just kind of one thing. Like, what else are you guys seeing? What else have you guys tried?
I'll go since nobody else is going.
Right. I know you have.
So I do a weekly market update video. I just go live on my Facebook, and I feel like that's a really easy way to just like keep in touch with people. And I feel like a lot of people do live, and which is honestly easy, because like you don't have to worry about going into iMovie, and like you don't have to do editing and all that stuff, and people get to see you at like your most real form.
I think people like that.
Yes.
They want you to say "der" and make stupid faces, and mess up, because perfection is not attainable and nobody wants that.
Right. Well, and because like, I mean, a lot of us, we have this view of professionalism, and that's what we try to do like in our marketing. But like being a person is why people love video. In my opinion, so much. So, I mean, YouTube is the largest search platform on the internet.
Right.
So, I think like that is just something that like, don't be afraid of being yourself and, messing up every once in a while.
Yeah, I fully agree. I fully agree. They don't want to see, and plus these people, a lot of them already know who you are. Like if you're trying to fake it or like be somebody other than you, they're going to be like phony. So,
Right.
you need to like just fully be yourself.
Yeah, like on my Facebook page, like most of the people that follow that are like my friends and my family. And so if I use like my customer service voice, then like I'm going to get called out on it.
Totally. I totally have one of those voices.
Yeah.
All right, what else are people seeing? Everybody unmute if you can, if you're in a quiet enough space. I would just like to see, like, what are people seeing? What are people doing? What are you finding is not cute?
I would say, wait, let me put my face on here.
Thank you.
I would say that a lot of people, or things that rub me the wrong way, is if people are being too salesy, just in general. And so especially with this time, I think that everyone knows what you do. So I think being knowledgeable and being a resource of knowledge, whether that be, I don't know, just saying like, or showing a house or whatever, people know, like just kind of, I think showing what's going on in the market is a good thing. Like I post every morning, I post kind of, and when he was on the call yesterday, just a little graphic of what new listings yesterday, what went under contract and what closed. And people just look at it and see it. They just see it. And so it's something simple, but they see that it's going on. I have a bunch of friends that are realtors in like other cities and states and stuff. And I think some good things that they're doing is they're doing like giveaways and helping the local businesses. Like one of my friends, I don't know how he got this, but he got a $250 gift card. It's to Whole Foods, but he said, call us between 12 and 6 p.m. on Friday, April 10th, and you can win $250 to Whole Foods. So like little giveaways and stuff like that. I think everyone's on the internet right now. I just think people just want to be listened to, want to be heard. There's a lot of crap going on. And so I think everyone just kind of wants to be listened to, I don't know, and taken care of.
Yeah.
And Kelly, kind of just to expand on that note a little bit, like it doesn't have to be a $250 gift card.
Yeah.
Or, some people hear that and they say, oh, well, like I don't have that much to do. Like people are competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bag of coffee or something. I'm like, what is the most desirable thing for me right now?
Right, like if it's like a free like $5 gift card to Starbucks, their drive-through is still open. Like you can, anything.
Yeah.
So one other thing that I saw the other day was one of the young professionals, I think she's the vice president down in Florida, she did where she went on Zoom and Facebook Live at the same time, which I think we kind of need to figure out how to do. But what she did was she had, and it was 15 minutes, which it flew by. She had her two top lending partners on. And it was basically every Thursday, she's going to basically interview her top, like her go-to lenders. And they were talking, you know how Vince during the State of the Union today was talking about how like different packages, like different lenders are going to be using the CARE Act in different ways. Well, they were talking about that and that. So I like knew that. I was like, oh, wow. So it was actually really informative, but she wasn't even talking. She asked like maybe 3 questions and then each of her lenders spoke. But what a great added value for people that are like scared during right now. So that's an idea that I had, well, not I had, but that I saw that might be a really cool thing to do to offer to your people.
Well, and if y'all if you don't use the lives and stuff like that and don't know this, there is a capability I know on Instagram, so I would assume on Facebook as well, that you can go live with another person at the same time.
They're small in the corner, so it's but yeah, you can.
You can do one on Instagram. You can do it where they're not small in the corner and they're on the top and the
They'll
bottom.
split the screen, yeah.
Don't ask me how. I have no idea. I've just seen it. Where you can do it on the top and the bottom, and it saves it.
Yeah, so that's another thing too. I want to, like, I don't always remember to do this, but just like Weston said, like right at the beginning, like YouTube is the #1 search site, next to Google. So whenever you're doing like say an open house or even some of these updates, upload that video, just save it on your phone. Like you can just save it, whenever you do a Facebook Live, any of it. It doesn't matter how informal it is, y'all, but just save it on your phone and then you can upload it to YouTube. The only thing is that it's like, if you're doing it on your phone, it's a vertical versus horizontal. So like that doesn't look as cute. So keep that in mind and whatever. But all that does is it just puts your name into Google in more ways. And so, learn how to you'll title it really nicely and use really good SEO in your title. And then you can also add tags in YouTube. And it isn't necessarily that you're ever even going to like use that again, but it's that you're creating a brand on YouTube where you exist basically. So that's another piece of advice.
Regularly, they'll note that.
Say that again.
If you put something up there regularly, they know their algorithms notice that. So even if nobody's watching your videos, if you upload, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Winnie?
Yes.
What do you mean by SEO in the title of your YouTube?
So you want it to be search engine optimized? Does that,
search engine, but what do you,
so for instance, you would just want that title to be very concise and like dumbed down and clear on what it is. So market update, March 2020, or what's going on something like that.
Right,
like
so
what I do if I'm doing a real estate market update on YouTube, like you want to say exactly what it is. Cause like if I say market update, like, what market update is it? So I always say like Charleston SC real estate market update March.
Great.
Or whatever. So
Yeah,
that way if somebody is searching it, like it is easy for that to be like among the first things that come up.
Okay.
Yeah, you just want to think about like, how would somebody that's actually trying to find that information, what would they Google to get that?
Okay.
They'd probably Google Charleston, South Carolina real estate market,
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
And then how are you tagging it within? Is that what you said?
You would actually use those words again, basically.
In
So
your-
you would say
what you're
like
saying.
Charleston, real estate, housing, market, blah, 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 stuff like that.
Okay.
The other thing, in general, everybody loves top 5 things or like top 10 lists and stuff like that. So I'd love for just like literally people to just shout out some top 5 things that we can talk about right now. That's not tacky, you know, because we don't want to talk about like, we don't want to be like doom and gloom or anything like that, but we also need to be realistic. But so anybody have any ideas for like top 5 blank or top 10 this or 5 ways to sell your house during the coronavirus, whatever, I don't know.
I always have an idea.
Well,
So-
everybody participate. Like, let's
Yeah, I
get
have to.
ideas. Please go, Weston.
No, y'all can go ahead. I've been talking a lot. Somebody else go.
Well, one is top 5 things you could be doing to your house right now, so that when this is over, you want to sell, if you want to sell it, or top 5 things you're doing right now when you really should be working.
That's cute because that's personality.
Yeah.
After you can leave it. That's what I call it.
What about like how to sell your house now in five easy steps?
Yeah. I would probably be slightly more specific so that you know, so that they know, because that could just be like general, but yeah. Or like during a pandemic or some,
Yeah.
Sorry.
How do you sell your house during a pandemic and 5 easy steps?
Yeah.
And number 1, actually, I don't know what number it is, but hire a realtor is got to be in there somewhere. It's important that people don't try to do this themselves right now. They're just not going to get it done.
Number
Yeah.
1, hire a realtor. I'll take care of the other 4.
oh, I love that. That's cute. I love that.
These are more like not, you know, right now, but you know, while people are searching for things, you know, we live here, we know stuff about it. Top 5 neighborhoods, coffee shops, breweries, parks, dog parks, boat
Yeah, just
launches.
everything.
Like anything that, like, if I live here and I'm like, well, you know, I have a boat, where would I go like do that or anything? Like the thing that I do this a lot of, like, I'm an analysis paralysis kind of person. And so I will think a lot about things before I do them. And like, we have to remember that we're pointing stuff out that is really obvious to us,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's obvious to other people. So I think like that's a huge thing, because like if I'm taking Stevie, who's in my lap right now, to the dog park, like I know where I'm taking him. Somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. So what about does anybody have their own Facebook group that they use for business?
A group, not a page.
A group.
Okay.
I started a group. I haven't used it as business yet, but just getting members in, and we've just been doing it. It's Charleston Life, and really keep updating it, and then eventually start to brand a, you know, what to do when visiting Charleston, and put my logo, you know, my stuff on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
But
great
it's,
idea.
It's a group, not a page. We
Yes,
went
yeah.
back and forth a long time on that.
Well, the deal is groups people have to opt into. I mean, pages they do too, sure, but like the engagement level is usually, you know, good in groups. I mean, I would definitely say, like, I don't know what everybody's comfort level is in terms of like literally leaving their home. Like, I'm fine with getting in my car and going somewhere where there's no other humans. That's where my comfort level is. But there's so much stuff that we can do. I think it might even be cool to, like, say you want to do a video that is about real estate, or it's about business, or it's about lending or something like this, but go to maybe like an iconic Charleston place that you can go to, because then they can actually just like see it. Everybody's like living vicariously through you, you know, like, I mean, I do a lot of like, when I used to do videos more often, I haven't been doing them in forever. I used to do a lot of videos years ago for something else, but I would be outside all the time, you know, like out in nature or something like that. So if you have like, say, a neighborhood dock or something like that might help. Well, like people will be like, ooh, what is this place? Like, I want to learn more about that, you know. They're just more engaged because there's something cool to look at besides just like you and your chalkboard background, you know, like, yeah. And I do think that having like your family or your kids or stuff like that, like in it, is also cool because that's authentic.
I have a question actually. So, you know, like for myself, like I don't have any listings or anything. If I were doing like a preview of a house, like I go in and schedule just like a preview for myself, like it's fine for me to video that house, right? As long as I do not like, you know, as long as I don't say like it's my listing, because it's not, but I can still video that, right?
Correct. And I don't know if we have to say like listing courtesy of or not. Like, I just don't know, but I would say that's like a ask for forgiveness, not permission kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I thought about doing, but I'm just like, this is one of those things where I am like in analysis paralysis. I thought about doing like 10 tours in 10 days, where like every day for 10 days, I go to a house and I just like do a tour on my thing, you know, and it's the 10. So it has like that, the number vibe that everybody likes. It's the alliteration, you know, with the 10 tours, 10 days. And like people might be starting to look forward to it. And then that could extend beyond that, you know, and everybody likes my commentary, you know, so like be yourself, like be your weird, awkward self whenever you're doing all these, you know, these types of videos. But that might be something that, you know, y'all can run with as well. And there might be other ideas that spur off of that. That's kind of like, you know, what I'm hoping for is like, that's like the best idea I got right now is like 10 tours in 10 days, which sounds cool.
Though.
So,
and remember, I don't want to interrupt you, Winnie.
no, listen.
Okay. Just remember, like, even though you're doing 10 tours in 10 days, like you could, if you want to go out in one day and like hit 10 houses. Like,
that's true. It would be alive, but yeah, I could definitely do that, because part of what I was thinking is that it would give me an excuse to like do my hair and wear real clothes, which honestly is like I had showings today and I had a blazer on today and it was fantastic. I was also freaked out and I had my cloths and my mask and everything, but like it was nice to get the heck out of the house, even if it was for like 2 hours in Somerville and now I'm back here, you know? Yeah. So yeah, that's a great idea, because we can leverage that for sure. And you can go to houses that maybe are interesting to you, and you can even do audience engagement and be like, what house do you want to see next? Like, yeah. I'm going to go, you know, to Wagner Terrace tomorrow. So how about you could, oh my gosh, this is a great idea. You could even do like, pick the house. Like if there's 2 different go and show houses, definitely only pick vacant houses. Like I'm not trying to disrupt anyone's life, of course. Yeah. But you could do like the day before, you could say like this or that, like pick the house that you want to see tomorrow, A or B. I'm writing this down.
And a reminder that if you do multiple house tours in one day, at least bring a different top to wear for each video.
Fully.
Like, if not I'm an entire outfit kind of person, but you could get away with just changing your shirt.
Just
or
the top's fine.
Yeah. Because usually you're just here up anyway.
Better.
Instead of wearing the same outfit for 10 days in a row.
Hey, Winnie, I'm listening to you and I'm trying to juggle my kids. So I'm going to turn my video off so you guys don't have to keep watching me go in and out of the room.
Okay.
But I am listening and I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. All right. In terms of this mastermind, is there anything else, because we've kind of, we've gone through some ideas, and whatnot. So are there any other questions beyond just content ideas? So interviewing your lenders, doing tours, doing, top 5 lists for all of Charleston. Does anybody have any other questions, even if they are maybe more technical, that since we are here together and some of us have used video and social media, that we can answer?
When you're
What do you
doing
like? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
When you're doing the tours, are you doing them live and walking through the home at that time?
I do, yes. And that is because and sometimes it's right when I first see the house. Like sometimes it's the first time I'm even walking in, so that it's like exciting. I'm like, oh, look at that. Like, you can be like goofy and stuff. Or not, whatever your vibe is,
And how long are you doing it for? Like, what are you trying to keep the time limit to?
I do usually try to kind of rush through them. And I will say okay, I'm going to go up to the master last, so stick around to the end or something like that. Usually I already kind of know the layout of the house. And sometimes I won't do the exterior. I would say that I keep it less than 5 minutes.
Okay. Because I'm trying to do some videos that I could put on my website. And, I did one last weekend of a place in Stono Ferry, and the total video was about 7.5 minutes.
Yeah. You want to pick and choose the highlight reel and just be like, there's the dining room. Boop. You know what I mean? I don't show empty bedrooms unless there's something special in them. I just say bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2.
And unless you're doing a mega mansion or something, there's no need for it to be overly long.
Yeah. That was probably a big house though, if it was out there. But
well, it was, yeah, but I also did the outside. I actually took a drone up, and it was on a golf course. So I shot going down the fairway, and I had some of that in there, and then went to some stills, and then did a full walkthrough with a gimbal through the house.
Yeah. Yeah. What I would actually do with that, Wayne, to be very honest with you, is I would actually break that up into 3 different sections, because that's 3 different pieces of content that you created. And if you're able to keep it separate, that's, less work for you to do, but also, more content for you to put out.
Well, what I was thinking of doing, and I sent the video out to a number of people to look at, and not realtors. I just wanted to get, feedback from the general. Mm-hmm. And the feedback was it was long, and then came up with an idea, do a 2 to 3 minute one, something very quick. And then at the end, leave up a screen. And I got to see if I could put a link in a screen. I haven't figured that out yet.
You can on YouTube.
Okay. So that then, if you're interested in the property, here's some more information, and then go into a more detailed video. And then if they want to get some sort of a walkthrough or something in person, try to figure that out.
Yeah. And I mean, the main thing, I would say is just don't take too much time, with this. I used to do makeup videos years and years ago. And I mean, it would take me hours to edit it and trim it and overlay this and speed up this part and slow down this part. And I mean, it was just a pill. So that's actually part of the reason that I love Facebook Live so much, is because I can't overthink it. I just have to just grin and bear it, be a goober, and just go for it. And there is absolutely a place for the really nicely done stuff. So yeah, that's cool to be able to do more than one thing.
Can you on Facebook Live, does that stay on your business page then, that people can replay that, or is it just gone?
You can do either one.
You can post it or choose not to post it.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
What's the difference between, I mean, I get theoretically the difference between hosting a watch party and going live, but from a purveyor standpoint, from our standpoint of being behind that video, what are your thoughts?
So, and my thing is a watch party is I'm watching it and it's somebody else put it on. right? Like somebody else produced it. It wasn't me that produced it.
Mhm.
So like, it's just a different concept than I'm the creator.
But what if you are I mean, somebody is the creator and somebody is hosting that watch party, right? So
Sure. I don't know how effective watch parties are, and that's just, I don't know. Does anybody else know?
I've never personally done one. I've always seen it done for like for someone else's content, you know, or like if something's premiering. Like if I was doing something just putting on Facebook, I wouldn't do like a watch party. But if like I was premiering like something on HGTV, then like we would do a watch party because we're watching it like premiere on that.
Together.
but like if you did a video that you maybe did some light editing with,
Yeah.
like you accidentally flubbed up and cussed, I don't know, whatever.
Mine,
But
but
like you could come back and just click out of something, or you know, you smashed into a wall in your video, whatever. Light edits, you put it on YouTube, and then you use that YouTube video in a watch party where
it's not a bad idea because you can invite people.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's not a bad idea because you can invite people to watch it. You can be like, hey, I did this video, invite your friends. So it's not a bad idea.
But with live, you still get interaction too, right? People are still commenting and typing while you're going. But if you're doing a video live, then you can't, you don't have necessarily the capacity to interact with them at the same time. So if you're if you're hosting a watch party and they start commenting, you're watching it with them. Yeah, I did this. Watch it with me. But then you can kind of gonk away too.
Yes.
What might actually be a good idea would be to do the Facebook Live because, you know, Facebook pings your people and says, hey, Jay's on there live right now. So like there's the value in that is crazy.
The watch party does that too. The watch party sends a notification as well.
Mm-hmm.
And people are just more inclined to like pop on real quick to a live and just like see what it is. So I guess I mean like there's two different people that there's like the type of person that maybe would only watch a live and some type of person that maybe only watch the watch party. So what you could do is you could do the Facebook Live, save it to your camera roll, and then upload it to a watch party and then invite, you know, maybe other people and then also continue that conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's an interesting idea. I'd love for you to try it out and let us know how that works.
Yeah. I need a haircut before I show up on camera, but
I did my roots yesterday. Weston's like, yes, you did.
I have you on like everybody up so I can't see yours big, but from like, so I couldn't tell.
Yeah, nice. Very important.
You know, I like to compliment your roots.
Thank you. Okay, so any other kind of tech questions? So another thing we didn't talk about today, but I am getting at least 30%, if not more, views on my Facebook stories. And I'm sure that it's the same on Insta stories. Mm. And I'm also seeing a lot of people coming out of the woodwork doing, you know, Facebook stories that maybe weren't doing them before. And I'm sure the same is with Insta. But keep in mind that people are bored. They're on their phone. And like just showing little like snippets of what it's like to be an agent during this time or what it's like to just be you during this time. Like I went running yesterday. I did my roots yesterday. Like these are some of the things that I posted. Not that, and the deal is I know you're a private person. So am I, but people like to see it and I'm a business owner and it's more important for me to get it out there than it is for me to have full and complete privacy of, you know, I'm picking and choosing what I show. But people do like to see that stuff. They really do. They want to see your cute dog. They want to, you know, they want to see stuff. And maybe not everybody wants to see everything. I know. But, you know, definitely use that Facebook stories and Insta stories as a way to just show like your day in the life. That's what that should be used for, is like day in the life. So any comments? Yeah, Weston?
And I think, like that's another important time to realize that what is boring to us and what is obvious to us is not that to other people.
So true.
Because like people love when I post pictures of Stevie, like, and when I've had people message me and ask about like if he's okay after some stuff he went through and all that, because like to me it's normal every day, you know, like he sits with me on the couch during all my Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's not to other people. And all the other stuff that we do, like, you know, post the stuff that like, you know, you might do every day, but that doesn't mean everybody else does it every day. Even like, what are you watching on Netflix? Do you have a good, like, do you love this show and I should watch it? And like stuff like that.
Yeah, people are just like craving content right now, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that great. Like, truth be told.
And an email I got from another local real estate office, and this was last week, so their numbers were for the week, like the first week that we were in quarantine. Their website traffic from week to week was up 40%.
Wow.
And their listing views were up 39% from the week before to the first week of like us not being in the office.
And what did they do differently?
They did absolutely nothing.
It's just that they had already like,
yeah, they didn't do anything differently. It was just everybody's home and everybody's bored.
Yeah.
So like keep that in mind. This is a great time, like at the end of every video. By the way, you can find me at westonnelson.kw.com. You can email me at this. Here's
good
my
call.
app. Like all that stuff, like put that, I say it at the end of every live, everything, because that way, like, you know, remind them you can go to your website. First thing you're going to see on my website is a search bar. You can search almost anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Cool. Hi, Wiley.
Hi, Sis Daddy.
Okay, that's awesome. Does anybody have any other ideas, questions, thoughts around social media and video?
One thing go ahead. Who was it?
There are people that I will follow and see that have a terrific brand. They're like motors running and I'm like, cool, or Skip or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm having a really tough time thinking there's no way in heck I would spend that much time developing all that and putting myself on blast 4 or 5 times a day.
Yeah. To thine own self be true. Like,
you know, how do you make yourself relevant? And also, I also have the existential question, like, really, do I matter that much? Like,
right. I feel you. But the deal is that you do, because your spirit does. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see you. People are excited. You know, I don't know. The deal is that they just do. I don't know.
Something I was going to say, and kind of it goes off with that, Wendy, is that everyone on here is different, and everyone's sphere and everyone who follows them on social media is completely different. So what I do or what your friends may do is going to be different than what you do and what's going to work for you. So it's going to be finding what works for you, whether it's, I mean, it could be like Weston has his weekly market reports, like those work for him. Like, I know something that I've been trying to think of is doing something that's relational with fitness and stuff, because that's my background and that's what I've done. So it's knowing who you're friends with on there and kind of finding that. A lot of people are having a lot of good ideas on social media. We need to not compare, but kind of, I like I like borrowing ideas from everyone and creating your own. So
well,
I think
why I wanted to do this, because like there's so many people in other professions right now that are just like killing it. I mean, how cool, like even just like posting your favorite smoothie recipe or something like that. Like it's crazy. But, and I think too, one of the things, and I'm very guilty of this as well, where like I see people and they're putting out all this content, like say they're posting like 4 things a day, and I'm like, holy shit, I will never do that. Like I just won't. And just to thine own self be true. I'm going to probably post 2 things a week. that's what I'm going to do because that's my capacity and that is authentically me. And that's pretty much all I can handle. So just figure out, like, just do it once and be like, okay, you know, and it doesn't have to be well produced. I would say don't even foots with it being well produced, because the most important part of it is that just there's content going out, period. So don't worry about production. Have like 3 bullet points, know what you're going to talk about, and then just like roll with it. And then see, like, well, what's my capacity for doing something this simple again? Because you're going to get better even if it is just as simple, you know? So like maybe it's once a week or something, I'll do something on social media or whatever it is. But whatever it is, just keep it consistent, because the algorithms want you to be consistent. So if you were to post like 7 times in a week and then all of a sudden not post anything next week, Facebook is going to think that you're full of it. So, you know, and so is Instagram. So, you know, if you're only going to post twice a week, just post twice a week and just be consistent with that, whatever that number is.
You know, the interesting thing that I've found with the Facebook page is that you can schedule your posts. So I time blocked out, you know, like a half hour, 45 minutes at the beginning of my week to do the work for the rest of the week. The struggle that I end up having is finding enough content to do something like that repetitive. But
well, the main way that I find content is following other agents and other business owners that I think are cool. And because it, you know, obviously, let's be real, most of your, certainly not your personal page, but even your business page, like you should have some business stuff in there, but you should just have a stupid picture of your coffee that day on there too. You know, it doesn't have to be like anything spectacular. I often post pictures of my lattes. So
Can you remind you should have, okay, I have a personal Facebook and a personal Instagram. We need a business Facebook?
Yeah, so you need a business Facebook in order to run the Facebook ads too. So, and there is the deal when you're creating a business Facebook page, fill out every single solitary line in it. You know, if it says description, fill out that description. So like, don't leave anything blank on your Facebook. That's very, very important. Like phone number, email, address, just do the office as the address, of course. And just have everything on there. So then you can run ads through there. And Sarah, you were the one that had a lead, right? So just from our campaign. That's awesome.
It was exciting. My very first, very first click, I talked to her
and you talked to her on the phone. I didn't get any of my people could I talk to on the phone. So kudos to you, seriously. That's awesome.
And Wendy, I want to point out, like, it is a Facebook page, not a like business Facebook profile. So like when you go onto your Facebook, you can just like create a page and then you manage it.
Yeah.
So it's not, is it called a business page, or am I just creating a new page and it just happens to be for my business?
If you go in there, it depends whether you're on the computer or on your phone, but on your computer, there should be somewhere up towards the top right-hand side. There's like a plus or something like that, depending on your version of it. And it'll say like new group, new page, and you just want to do like new page.
the terminology is important here. You don't have to create a new account. Your account will drive the page and the groups or whatever you create.
I think somebody said, Winnie, it may have been you that suggested not to have like Sarah Waycaster Realtor.
I'm going to change mine.
I changed mine to Destination Charleston and put up I put the fountain picture up, and I think that helps a lot.
I think it totally does. It's fine if it's like, low country living with Susie Q, or whatever, like that's probably fine, but still have that icon, or maybe not. I don't know.
Look, I took your advice on that and made just like a West Ashley Holmes page and just like bare bonesed it, and I got leads from my campaign that I did with that.
Yeah. So so the deal is that, you know, you might have more than one page too. So, you know, think really hard about what you're going to call it. If you know, Charleston, Low Country, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. So then it can be generic enough. So.
Did you do campaigns before you changed the title of your page?
Me?
Yeah, like I'm asking basically, do you see the results now that you changed it, or you just see results now that you started?
I've only ever run the campaigns from my generic neighborhood ones because I already knew that information.
And I will tell you, if you are changing the name of your page, that does not happen immediately.
Yeah, it takes them like a day or so.
Yeah, they have to go through, and if it's something a bunch of people follow, then they'll ask people if this is still accurate and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So what happened was there was somebody in our office that was running ads, and the copy was good, but it was like their name and their picture, and they weren't getting the traction that other people that like Trenton was getting based on, you know, Vince has been running Trenton's whatchamacallit. But Trenton's picture is just a picture of a map. And I was like, that's why. And I was like, that makes so much more sense, even though it was the same copy, the same targeting. So when you see that, you're like, you know, as much as we want to brand ourselves, that isn't the place to do it. There's plenty of other places where we can brand ourselves, but that just isn't the place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do everything I can to keep my face off of branding.
Can you again tell me where this was so I can understand why it's important not to put your face in certain places?
Yeah, let me share my screen real quick and I'll show you.
All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off of here.
Okay.
Thank you for everything.
Take care, Weston.
I miss you already.
Okay, I'm going to share. Yeah, if anybody needs to pop off, go for it. Okay, so this is my generic page. It's fascinatingly brilliant, let me tell you. So that's it.
Now, is this your personal page or your quote unquote business page?
This is one of my business pages.
Okay.
So you see like this stuff right here. It's a community page. This is where I run my ads to.
Got it.
Whether it's a video ad, which I think would be really smart, and I'm gonna start doing that, or otherwise. So then I have my personal page, but I also have my branding page. So here is, y'all, I manage a lot of pages. So, okay. This is my business, my face page, like my Winnie is a realtor page. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, there it is. So here's my Winnie as a realtor page. So yeah, it's me. But I don't run my ads from this page.
What do you do there?
I do my open houses. And I'll post like informative things, cute things, day in the life of a realtor things. Like this is a cute one.
Would you consider this to be your website? I mean, do you have a working website that you drive people to?
Yeah, I do. I definitely don't use it super duper as much as it could be used. So I friend everybody that I meet in real life. I find them on Facebook and I meet them. And then I want them to then go on this page, right? And, do follow me here. So I friend everybody on my personal, my regular personal, and then, you can invite them to this page. I do have a website. Yeah. So this is not, if they wanted to search something, I would send them my app first and then my website second. So yeah. Does that make sense?
So people who see your regular Facebook page, they don't see the business page unless you invite them?
They will see it if I share it. For instance, let's see.
Well, the business page is public. I think it's the other way around of what you're saying. If they go to your business page, they don't necessarily have access to your personal page.
Well, that's true, but I think in general, I'm trying to find one. See, I do this very often. I'm very good at social media. Just kidding. Oh, here it is. Okay. I shared this post of my Charleston, you see right here, the Charleston Beat with Winnie, that's my business page. I shared this post on my personal page. So this is how I get my personal people to know that this is my business page. Or, and I shouldn't say or, and I will invite people to like my business page.
Yeah.
So this is what I did actually beforehand. I said, hey, do you want a Facebook tour of this beauty? I'll go live on my page, the Charleston Beat, in a bit. You know, that's it. The personality is good. So, and you can see like, I even have like 2 people shared it. Like, what? You know, they just shared this. And then it, you know, so in theory, they should go to my Charleston Beat page in order to watch this cool video, right? Even though I then just shared it afterwards, but who cares?
Well, it's a good way to cross market. So if you have somebody following one thing and you want them to follow all the things, then share it around.
Yeah.
But okay, so right now my Facebook business page has kind of my logo, but a big KW swath across the top because I thought that I had to disclose my brokerage in any kind of business marketing.
You do. And let me show you. Well, let me hope that I did it right first. You can do that in your description section.
Just a blurb is all it takes. It doesn't have to be very prominent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, technically, if I were to post like a listing or something, like I need to disclose that. So I'm going to show you one that I should have put something on, but I just didn't know any better, and so I didn't. This one right here. So that I got this was under contract. I had my personal logo on here, but technically I should have had KW on here. But it's also, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And here. So
but those
here,
are...
this is a listing from somebody else, and so I write listing courtesy of.
Okay.
See, and here's another, like, want a tour of this beauty? And I only just did a little preview tour.
When you're talking about doing 10 in 10 days, are these your listings or are you going to use? Okay.
Absolutely not. I have one listing.
Okay. So now, how are you going to give the address, or are you going to just say, for more information, call me? Because what stops somebody from almost like if you tell them where it is, then they look it up, they're going to see it's ABC Realty. And
that's a great question. And I think that it's pretty legit to maybe be like, this is like, maybe tell them what the neighborhood is, but, you know, not give quite everything away. I think that's a good idea, to not give everything away. You don't want to be so secretive that people are like, no, I'm not giving you all my information because you're being a jerk. Because people will do that. Like, I've even had people do that on my ads. Be like, why don't you just tell me the price? Because I didn't. Like, you know, like, whatever, man. So sometimes people are a little resistant, but so like, give away some things is what I'm trying to say. And let them know how, and I wouldn't say contact saying contact you is tough because people don't want to reach out to somebody, especially like if they know you, sure, like they'll shoot you a text or something. But if they don't know you, they're not going to reach out to you. They want some sort of an online way that is non-personal, like a Facebook lead ad, just like we talked
Right.
about campaigns.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would use those.
Because I'm in a situation now, a friend of mine, again, we just moved down here, but a friend of mine that moved down from up north has a house in Mount Pleasant. He put it up for sale the beginning of January because he couldn't wait till March when I got my license. And
No, I'm just kidding.
it's still for sale. And it's another realty. It's not KW. So I'm dealing with Vince. I'm dealing with Vince and Joseph now because I want to run a Facebook ad with it. And I'll go over and shoot it and everything else but then I'm just going to put it up and I'm going to, have it that if they want more, they go to do an online, information and I'll follow up with them.
That is tougher when it's not your listing to do an ad for it. That's like, or an open house. Like other brokerages won't let you do open houses for them either, usually.
Well, he's going to put pressure on because it's almost 3 months now.
Yeah. So you might be able to.
But I got to first go through Joseph on it first. But the thing is, I know if I sell the house, I know I'm going to get then when he buys his next house. And this is a $100,000 listing. So.
Well, also, the listing agent wants you to sell that house.
Right.
They do.
So did you talk to them about it already? Well, you can call the listing agent.
I'm actually going to call Joseph next because Vince didn't know and he was talking to Joseph about it and I'm just waiting for an answer.
Yeah, that's usually the listing agent. It's the listing agent's discretion.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I want to get their permission first.
Yes.
Then I'm going to call, because then my friend Chris is going to call the agent and said, listen, I'm going to have somebody photograph and do this and try to sell this for me. So.
Yeah. Well, you should also have a conversation with that agent as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to call her up and say, I'm going to run, this is what I'm planning to do. I'm going to go and shoot everything, I'll do that on Sunday if this goes through. And I want my Facebook ad ready for Wednesday because that seems to be the time to run it Wednesday for till Sunday. Yeah. With $10 a day or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Now that has changed. I think that viewing is probably up so much now that you probably could just run it whenever.
I agree.
I wouldn't wait.
But you need to edit it. You have time to edit it. But I would keep that super simple. If you're running an ad, that ad needs to be preferably under 30 seconds, Wayne.
Oh, right. Yeah. And then somehow if they, get them to fill out
the full video, learn more.
Right. And then have them fill out the information page. Then when it comes in, talk to them. And then if they want to see more, I'll have the full video ready for them.
Perfect.
And we can do it live. We can do it live then. And I can have them on my screen on Zoom and be able to talk to them and go right through it.
They won't, that'll be a harder push, a harder sell.
Than
just giving them the video.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just so that you know, that's all.
When you do your 10 and 10, does it have to be KW listing?
Do what?
When you do your 10 and 10, when you're just going to do a go and show it, that doesn't have to be a KW listing.
No. Because those are just houses I'm touring, and that's that.
Right.
I probably will.
Day in the life of it.
Eileen, what do you think? Do you think that I should tell them that I'm going to video it? Like call the agent?
I wouldn't. So many agents, I don't think you have to.
Yeah. I'll just say it'll say listing courtesy of on my website anyway. Yeah. Like I can't help it from saying that.
Really, honestly, people want you to sell their house right now.
Exactly. Okay, fine. Then yeah. Cool. Yeah. All right, great. Well, I'm going to type up some of these notes and just put it in the get together, in that Facebook get together link. If there were any other things that you guys got, like ahas or anything, could you guys please put them in the comments as well so that we can refer back to them?
One aha I'd like is, where's our Facebook page?
Oh, it's called private. What do you mean? Or the Keller Williams West Ashley private?
Yeah, so what do I do? I'm telling you right now, I have a lot of experience with Facebook. I signed up on Wednesday night, okay?
Oh,
okay, all right, okay. You're doing great.
So what do I search for to get access to our website?
It's private. It's
I doubt that you
private.
can.
AW West Ashley private. And then
Yeah,
just
it's
ask
private, so
Julie
it's not going to be
somebody.
searchable.
Okay.
Friend
So how
me
do we
on
want-
Facebook, and I'll add you real quick.
Oh, there
What
you
was
go.
that?
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat box real quick. It might not let you go there, but you might be able to request it. Who knows? Yeah, but you're
No.
gonna need to be invited. So reach
Yeah.
out to Kristen will be the person if, you know,
That's great because I have a call with her at 2:30. So,
great. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, perfect. So Kristen will add you to that. That's her,
Okay.
that's part of her onboarding. Okay, perfect. All right,
Thank-
cool. Well, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Winnie.
Thanks for all your feedback.
great.
Bye.
Thanks for hosting it. Bye-bye.
Wayne, are you still there? No. Okay.